Be a private equity firm. All right, guys, I want you to take a page out of a private equity firm's book. You just learned how a PE firm maximizes its capital, the money it has to invest, by using leverage. Now, let's explore how a PE firm makes its money. First, it gets paid an annual investment management fee of around 2% of the capital it raised and on the amount it has invested. For its ability to maximize the return on that investment, the PE firm then splits the profits of any investment, usually around 80%, 20%, with the investors. Therefore, the PE firm receives 20% of the profits, putting no money in the investment, and the investors get 80% of the profits for taking on all the risk. That's a pretty sweet deal. Lastly, the PE firm usually charges a monthly management fee to each company it owns, which varies on the size of the company. For example, a company that generates $50 million in revenue may pay a $30,000 a month monthly fee to the PE firm. The larger the company, the larger the fee usually. Therefore, if you can find opportunities to invest in where you can generate multiple forms of returns, then you can maximize your opportunities for creating wealth. For example, let's say you can pull together some funds with a small group of investors for some rental houses. Then you're able to strike a deal where you split the gains from the sale of the investment 90% to 10%, where the one managing the investment gets an additional 10% for their time, and then the remaining 90% of the gains from the sale gets split amongst the investors. On top of that, the investors would also get to split the annual profits. So let's say 4 people get together and each puts in $250,000 for a total of $1 million. One person is in charge of investing and managing the investment. That person goes out and finds 5 $400,000 houses for $2 million investment to buy with the $1 million of capital and then leveraging the remaining $1 million needed through mortgages. Your earnings and wealth creation would flow like this: 10% of the gain from the sale of the investment from managing and finding the investments, 22.5% of the gain from the sale of the investment for the portion of overall investment, 90% divided by 4 investors, and then you would equally split the profits on an annual basis, 25%. Pay me once, pay me twice, pay me 3 times. Also, instead of receiving the 10% on the gain, the person may be able to get an annual management fee for managing the investments. You may want to run an analysis to see which option may be better, then you can negotiate that. But as you can see, you can earn multiple returns just from one investment.